Good evening, everybody. How are you tonight? This is probably going to be a kind of a shorter of the videos because both me and Heather here are kind of under the weather. And I wanted to do a show before Independence Day that had to do with military veterans. Um, I like I said, the next show will be um, after, so we decided to do it tonight. I was talking to Lonnie Honeycutt earlier today, and he was just telling me a story of when he was in the Air National Guard and some of the stuff that he did. And I done. Well, that's good English. And I thought, that's pretty interesting. That maybe we should talk about it. And it's not really reselling related, more reseller related. What I did want to do is ask the people in the chat that if they were in the military to type in the chat, what branch and the years you were in. And I'll probably say that periodically a couple of times through the show because people will be coming and going. So, and of course you met my wife, but
hello.
So, how's everybody out there today? Anyway, let me do some shout outs. The number one person today was Tanya. She beat out Henry. So, let's see. We got Barb is in here and Amelia2325. Black Eyed Joe stopped in from Australia. I'm not sure if he's still here. Scroll down a little bit. Sorry, guys. Turtle Trader stopped in here. Swamp Picker, Poplar Pickler. Sorry, Nikki. Todd. Let's see. Tina Scott. Tanya's here. Diesel Engine Freak. Kinetic Energy. Mike, how are you? The Bearded Picker is getting a new job at Walmart's. So he's going to be a greeter. Let's see, who else? I think I got everybody. Oh, Julie, how are you? I cannot. What's her name again? Is it Elena? Hopefully she's doing well. HB Picker. Oh, hi, Mrs. Mothership Products. So anyway, again, several people. I needed to get some people that I'm asking the chat people in the chat if you're a veteran to put in the branch and the years you were in, just so that we can thank you and maybe get some of your stories because I really wasn't prepared for tonight. I've been working a lot at my other job, and like I said, I'm kind of under the weather. So, but we decided to pull it together and do it for a little bit anyway. Plus, we'll also do question and answers if you want to do that as well. I did have one question already from Black Eyed Joe, and maybe you guys in the chat can help answer this one because I've never had to deal with it. He's getting ready to go on vacation for 3 weeks, and he's trying to decide whether to put his store in vacation mode or just extend out his what do you call it? Transfer time, ship time, whatever, handling time. Thank you, goodness. Sorry, guys, but so if you guys want to discuss that in the chat a bit. Like I said, I don't have any firsthand knowledge. I've heard of people doing it both ways, and both ways work. I guess it also depends on the kind of stuff you sell and whether people can actually sit and wait on stuff. So. I'm not sure what that means, Barb. Dwayne, I asked hi. He said, tell him the dead man walking. He should know. that sounds familiar. I'm not sure what I'm trying to remember what that was. So Tina says I'm putting mine on vacation mode. Okay. Who was Dead Man Walking? I forgot who that was. Anyway, so Joe is here. So Redneck Wreckers. I give up. Yep, exactly, Lonnie. Scavenger Life is done. They talk about it a bit. They extend without their handling time. So Lonnie, put in what years you were in the Air National Guard. Is there any other questions? I got my wife here. You can grill her. She'll answer most anything.
Whether Dwayne wants me to or not.
Probably. See, sir, you seem to be on drugs. I really am not on drugs. Just haven't been sleeping very well, so.
Maybe if he was on drugs, he'd be doing better.
Good thinking, maybe. Oh, I did want to mention that on our auction show on Saturday, I finally did get a hold of everybody, and everybody did pay. And so everything is good there. And I also wanted to do a shout out for somebody. It's down in my description. His channel's the Rolling Picker, roll in, not with no G. See, he's in the chat right here, Rolling Picker. He was one of the bidders on quite a few of the items, and I went and checked out his channel, and he seems to be a really cool guy. So if you get a chance, go check him out. He has kind of a different twist on reselling because of his situation, and it's kind of cool. So yeah, go take it and check it out. It's again Roland Picker. His name is I'm probably gonna butcher it, but it's Michael Tuccelli. That's what I'm gonna say. So yeah, I wanted to plug his show. So let's see. So I did see a couple of people. So Lonnie says he was in from 1991 to 2011, so 20 years. Thank you very much for that. That's awesome. I saw another person. Oh, yeah. Roland Picker was retired Air Force, 1975 to 1994. Excellent. Thank you. Let's see. Right on Roland. Barb. Lonnie did sell his crazy looking clown that he named Cuddles. Was that going overseas? Did I hear that correctly, Lonnie? It's going over to the UK or something? If so, that's okay because it's kind of creepy. I mean, it's a scary looking clown. So, let's see. You're welcome, Lonnie. Thank you for paying.
Oh, good. Yeah. On Monday, my daughter and I took arms full to the post office. So,
yep. So yeah.
Got everything mailed out.
Wow. Nathan, you're an old fart. You know that? My first day of boot camp was the day Elvis died.
I remember when Elvis died.
That was like 1977
I think I was
in
kindergarten.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. I think I was 6 in the boot camp. Thank you for your service anyway, Mr. Nathan.
That was after Vietnam was all finished up. Right?
Yep, 1977 to 1981. Yeah, Vietnam officially, was 75 is when they pulled everybody out. So very cool. So again, if you have any questions, go ahead and put them in the chat. If you put question marks, we'll probably catch them. Again, I was just going to do a quick video. I wanted to thank all the veterans that had to be or that had come in to the chat before Independence Day. And I did want to say I haven't decided whether I'm doing an auction this Sunday or Saturday. Sorry, but next Saturday for sure. Next Saturday, I'm slated for Tanya. Tanya, I think, is going to come in and on July 7th, I believe. So I haven't, like I said, I haven't decided about this Saturday. If you guys are interested in doing an auction, a live auction like we did on Saturday, get a hold of me. I want to keep it between about 10 and 15 items. We did 28 between me and Chris, and it took like 2.5 hours. So we want to try and cut down the time just a little bit. I won't be doing any this week for myself, but we could definitely, go if somebody wants to do maybe even up to 20. So between 10 and 20 items. If you want to get a hold of me via Facebook, Mothership Products, or on Mothership Products YouTube. So, anybody, any questions over here, babe?
Not that I've seen.
Okay.
Everybody talking about old farts.
Oh, well, yeah. Yeah, well, my viewers are kind of, they're a little bit crude. I don't blame them, You have to be a little bit crazy. Yep, see, so you see Tanya, she's ready to go. So, like I said, July 7th, so make sure start saving your pennies now.
Who cuts your hair?
Her name is Robin.
He just got a new hairstylist since we moved.
Yeah, I know, it's a little short, but I overheat pretty easily. I'm a big fat guy, so that doesn't help, but I'm always hot. So when I have to take a haircut, I mean in the summer I take as much as I can without looking too crazy.
And he could get a haircut every 3 weeks.
Yeah, my hair does grow pretty fast. So let's see.
What years were you in the Marines?
I was in the Marines from March 1990 until March 1996. And I joined because I was really not heading anywhere in my life, and I was kind of getting into some trouble, and I needed to straighten myself out. So that was my main reason. And then, of course, the college funds. Yeah, because parents couldn't afford college. That's pretty common. Everybody kind of says that. So, hey, Lonnie, did you use your GI Bill? Sorry, guys.
I was going to say that it's benefited many times, you having been in the military. When you've got up to the VA hospital, us getting into this house, and as well as when you were in college.
Yep. I guess I should talk a little bit about my service. So I went in 1990. Went on to the West Coast MCRD, the Marine Corps Recruit Training Depot, which was in San Diego. I went in as a Hawk missile repairman, but that's not what I ended up doing. So I went from there. I went to Camp Pendleton, started my schooling, and I became basically an electronic repairman. I did communication security. Here's what I repaired. So I did that for, let's see, I went to school in 29 Palms, California, which is as close to hell as you can get. To give you an idea, Charles Manson, his little ranch was about 20 miles from 29 Palms. So and then I went to Georgia for about a year for schooling there on an Army base. I really liked Georgia a lot. I loved the South. And when I first got there, I couldn't understand a word anybody was saying, but about 3 months later, I was fluently speaking with a Southern accent. My parents were making fun of me. So, and I love Southern food, and I really enjoyed it. So then I came back to Camp Pendleton, California, which is right outside Oceanside, just north of San Diego and south of LA. And then in 96, 94 to 95. No, 95 to 90. Damn, when was it? Anyway, the last year I went to, yes, Fort Gordon. You're right, Lonnie. That is where I went. I went to Okinawa, Japan, the last year of my tour, and I hated it because I had a girlfriend at the time, and we were getting pretty serious, and then I got shipped overseas, and then when I came back 4 months later, she was 2 months pregnant. So something didn't quite work out there. There was a couple of, I know that new math, but that didn't work out. So when I did come home, I had, I went out of Camp Pendleton and just came home. That's when I met this one. Shortly after that. I was not really doing anything. I had my job. I was living in my parents' basement. So, so there you go. What have you been reading? I haven't, but I've been talking. So.
Yeah, I haven't seen any questions.
Okay. Yeah, it was Fort Gordon, right outside of Augusta, Georgia. I really liked it. Like I said, it was only 9 months though. Oh, this one. Yeah, this one is Heather. No, I definitely upgraded. In fact, a couple years later, after me and Heather had been married for a while, I got was it an email?
It was quite a while later.
Was it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it was.
But basically, it was Sheila. That was her name. Saying that she was sorry. She was sitting in church and she realized that she had never apologized to me, and that was kind of, I don't know, meant kind of, a little bit.
Yeah, after all that Facebook, time.
That's what it was.
Sent you a note.
So yeah, it was kind of cool. All right, so we only have we have to have more than 4 veterans. Out of all these people, out of all 34 of you, 33 now, I can't imagine. I thought there was more. I know, I know some other people that aren't in the chat that were in the military. I was reading. I can't read and think at the same time, obviously. Like Chad Pagel was in the military. Who else was I thinking about earlier? Chris's wife Roxy was in the Marine Corps. Was in the military. I think she was in the Air Force. I can't remember. So.
I don't see them.
What's wrong with my PC? Mike, is there something wrong with my my everything here? What's up? You ass. Anyway, there's a question asked me if I miss the military. I don't miss the military. I miss some of the people in the military, but the military itself, I really wasn't that good of a Marine. I had some troubles. I think too much, and you're not allowed to think when you're in the Marine Corps. They just want you to blindly follow, and I have a hard time with that sometimes. So 6 was enough for me. I didn't want to re-up or anything, and that was enough. So, but I do miss some of the people. In fact, one of my friends, speaking of that today, when I was in Okinawa, I had a friend whose name was Herschel Kreiner, and he became a major. He became an officer, and he just this week he retired from the Marine Corps after 25 years. So 25 years, and he made it to major, and so that was pretty cool. The best thing about the military, you can be stone cold broke and you still got 3 hots and a cot. True, but and you usually are broke because it never really paid that much. So, I don't remember. I can't remember what my paychecks were, but they weren't very much. I made it to corporal E4, was about all I did. So high I made it. I did it up and a down and there in the middle. So oh, sorry guys. Yeah, right, Lonnie.
Oh, he should show you his tattoo. Show him your tattoo.
My tattoo is so old, it doesn't even look.
It's green.
Yeah,
it's all faded.
It's an old man tattoo. I got it in October of 1990. So.
Well, you may as well show it to them.
Next over.
It was once a snake.
Yeah, it actually was pretty good looking at one time, but that's it. That's the one I got. I do not want to be going butt cheek. But your name's tattooed right on their side there, Mike. I mean, come on.
No, that would be my brother.
Yeah, her brother. He's got all kinds of tattoos. He actually does have the word Slayer tattooed on his ass cheek. So
if his drawers are ever running low, we just scream out that we can see Slayer.
Right. And he also has a tattoo on the inside of his lips.
It's his Bite Size.
It's his Bite Size, which was a
band he was in.
Correct. So
I think that maybe you should talk about that mountain in the garage.
We don't want to talk about that.
Maybe you could get some words of encouragement as to what to do.
We don't know.
With the mountain that is forming in the garage.
No, we don't want to talk about that. Hey, Chad's here. Hey, Chad, what years were you in the military? This is we're talking about military veterans, and we're thanking each other, all the veterans, and trying to put in, what years everybody was in. So, what kind of items do I sell? I sell men's clothing, and I'm starting to get into a little more hard goods. Yeah, Tanya, let's speak about the mountain. See what you started.
Anyone.
Okay.
Free.
I've changed. We're moving. We moved recently, and I had a storage unit, and it had a lot of my old e-waste stuff. So I'm trying to get out of that storage unit because it's costing me $140 a month. And so I brought it here and put it in the garage. Well, we're not quite all the way full, but our garage is full. And most of it is not worth selling. It's worth, tearing apart and selling as scrap. But yeah, so it's a lot more than I thought it was. I forgot how much shit I had. So
the pile is about 10 by 10 by 10. Like it is big.
Yeah, it's pretty big. So
and let's see.
Yeah. What's the matter? You don't want your wife to come on the show? Is there some things you're hiding, Lonnie, that you don't want your guts spilled out here in front of everybody?
What's afraid about? He is scared Heather would.
Beat him, Brian.
I had read about a husband and wife.
Listing challenge.
Listing.
She's listed. Well, she's done most everything but the listing on.
Yeah, I found stuff. I researched it. I took pictures, and I had told him he could share a story last time he did a show, and he didn't. About my thread art. You can show it to him.
Okay, yeah, I can do that. I'll tell you that story.
Well, show it to them. All right. I saw this at it was a benefit yard sale, and it hasn't been messed with at all. And she told me it was $1, and I gave her $2, and Dwayne gave me crap for the rest of the morning.
Okay, this is right after we had our show about garage sale negotiation tactics. So what does she do? She goes out and she pays double instead of, what they wanted. I mean, she didn't even negotiate them down. And so she paid double.
It was a benefit garage. So you should have seen the picture of the kid. He was messed up looking.
You know,
he needed my extra dollar.
It could have been anybody.
But there were shirts.
It doesn't matter. I could have made shirts. I mean, look, John made shirts with, you know, let's get Dwayne. So, I mean, it's not that hard to make a shirt.
Let's see, the clock hasn't shown up yet. Did you UPS it?
No, because that's not him. He didn't win it. That's why he hasn't got it yet.
That's why it's going to take a long time to get
what is everybody? Oh,
are they throwing out bids on my thread art?
Okay. Oh, this is a serious question. I sometimes feel like a hoarder. The question is, do any of you?
You know, I think that reselling in a way has been very therapeutic. I don't know, maybe that's the right word for it. So, you know how as Americans we're the great consumer nation, and of course, you know, that's how we make a lot of our money. But the more we find stuff and resell it, the less I feel the need to hang on to stuff. I can go find things, buy it, turn around and sell it, and I just don't need to keep things. And getting out there quite a bit reminds me of if I need something, it's out there. And so if I don't need something, I either donate it, resell it, however, because it doesn't need to sit around and grow dust. You know, if somebody else wants to do that with it, I'll sell it to them.
Yeah, absolutely. So everybody in there in the chat saying, you know, death pile hoarder. I can still see over my death pile, so that's good.
Is that how you know? Okay, this is how you know if you're a hoarder or not. Is there a dead cat at the bottom of your pile?
Right.
If there are no dead cats, you're okay.
Exactly.
Or lost neighbor children.
See, I'm reading. Sorry. I'm a hoarder, but I try hard not to be. So, yeah, I think we all have that, a little of that in us, and it's not really hoarding. You're just there's much more to buy than there is to list and sell. So, Chuck Fire. I don't have any Fireball. Besides, that's just not on this show. Go to bed, John. See ya.
So we're finding in the area we live, yard sales are not aggressive.
They're miserable, man. You know, I know really you guys say you can find stuff anywhere you are. It's tough here because
you do not live in Utah County.
Yeah, Utah County. First of all, it's very conservative Mormon families. So and we have a shit ton of kids here. So that's what the yard sales are: is kids' clothes. Mm-hmm. Mormon memorabilia, not the old stuff that's worth anything, just stuff, you know, that's, you know, fairly modern, and art, crafty stuff.
90s tool painting.
Yes, 90s crafty crap. And that seriously is it. It's very hard to find anything that's, I mean, we went to, and I know that this is very small piece as to you guys. I think we went to 7 or 8. Mm-hmm. Yard sales, and we found one thing.
Yeah, we've been out 3 weekends in a row, and we've brought home under 20 items.
Oh, under 20, more like, other than those shirts.
Yeah, the shirts.
Shirts, a cup.
The CDs.
Oh, yeah, the CDs I sold to John.
And my...
that. So we're talking about 6.
Yeah, very, very little.
Heather, what do you think of the 6-pack show?
I've watched bits and pieces of it. Entertaining. You definitely need to be a picker to really get what you guys are doing. That's fine. So I can follow along with most of it, but you guys are quite funny. And I hope that's what you're going for, right? You know, alcohol involved.
Yeah, that's usually. You never watched the Cajun Picker show, right? That's Lonnie, Mike, and Glenn.
No, I never have. And I do recognize voices or can remember bits and pieces of who various people are because I've heard a little bit here and there. So, what's the KE?
That's kinetic energy.
Gotcha. And so, but that's about as good as I get, is just trying to keep track of who all of you are. And and knowing where you're from, maybe a little bit about you. But
all your dirt, you know, I tell her all the dirt on you guys.
Deepest, darkest. Oh, yeah. Compiling a list.
Yeah. So. Yeah. She's not into the picking part much. So I mean, she doesn't watch YouTube channels on her own that have anything to do with, you know, with picking or reselling at all. So. She helps me with my business or our business, but.
And if I'm going to sell something, then it's usually I've mentioned before. Being here in Utah, then I can find Afghans, and which are quite expensive to buy. If you're going to have somebody, you know, buy one from somebody customized or what have you. You know, the yard and especially the time. So I can pick them up for just a couple dollars each, and I've got them listed for an average of $30.
Haven't
made a sale yet. Put them on a week and a half ago. Put some teddy bears on. I came upon some junk jewelry, did some bulk jewelry. What I'm excited when I can find a little bit older stuff, meaning 70s, about as old as we have around here. You don't find any kind of antiques in Utah. They do not exist.
Yeah, it's just a different culture. You know, I can find things at thrift stores, but for the most part, yard sales. I think we're going to try to go to more estate sales if we can find those, because those are, you know, a lot more interesting and there's more to pick from instead of, you know, baby clothes, which I have no interest in. So, you know, I don't have any more babies. I don't have any grandbabies yet. So, yeah, I don't need any of that stuff. And that's what a lot of it is. So, yeah, Chad, let me know when you figure out where it's going to be and how much it's going to cost. Let's get this thing going.
Yeah, we
got to start saving our pennies. So, let's see, what else did I miss a question? Oh, somebody asked me if I could cook.
Dwayne does the cooking, or our daughter.
Yeah.
And last night I made boxed macaroni and cheese and made it gourmet by adding hot dogs.
Yeah, she's the stellar cook.
Yeah,
so.
Dwayne heated up the hot dogs in the microwave and I cut them. And that is as fancy as I get. Our daughter made from scratch cream of mushroom soup tonight, and then Dwayne did the grilled cheese. I can also cook grilled cheese and pancakes, and I can boil water.
Most of the time.
But Dwayne does the cooking, he does the grilling, all of it.
She does the cleaning, so that's good.
Yeah. I scrub down the kitchen. And I had a friend tell me I should start cooking more, and I'm like, no, I really shouldn't. I just stay away from there. And kind of have a garden.
We have a garden, but the problem was we were right in the middle of moving when I should have been starting a bunch of my plants. So a lot of our old plants that take a little longer, all of our cabbages and that kind of stuff, didn't have enough time. And then I planted some tomatoes, and then as soon, like 3 days later, we had a ice storm out of nowhere. I mean,
last freeze.
Yeah, we had already hit past our last frost, but we had one more ice storm, and it wiped me out. So,
and it's, since we've just moved, then it's the garden from the people who used to live here. So we've had mystery item growing.
Right. Yeah.
Mystery items. And Dwayne wants to dig out all the dirt and put it in his own soil.
Right. We'll get to that. We have 4 by 12 beds, raised beds, so there's quite a bit of room.
Pop-Tart soup. Wow. That sounds a little scary.
Yeah, well, that is Nathan.
I did put on Facebook today that I know that homemade chicken noodle soup is what's best for a cold, and all I had was beef flavored top ramen, so I was gonna have to do. Right.
So, Mr. Sadie asked, what is your dream setup for reselling? you had the time and resources to do anything you want. Oh, wow. I have no idea.
Traveling, maybe?
I don't know. I don't know if I'd want to do the traveling thing. Yeah, I don't know. That's a tough one because, you know, right now it's a part-time thing for me. So, I don't know. You got me good there, Mr. Sadie. I had to play off guard there. I'm not even sure if I want to do this full time. You know, I do like my job and it pays pretty decent, fairly. Pays most of the bills. So
got the health benefits.
Right. So
I think if we were to hit it hardcore, we'd probably end up moving to somewhere else.
Man, we'd have to move somewhere. We would have to move somewhere. So, because if we were to actually want to make pretty good money, so
you know, and goals this year, because I'm reading about the doing not setting up long-term goals. Our goals so much have been wrapped up in the house. That's kind of the all-consuming thoughts right now. And the house is in really good shape, but of course, you know, we want to do little things, customize, make it our own.
Sure.
And just the move, you know, that was a near-death experience, and it went pretty well.
I'm never moving again.
No. I've told Dwayne that if he stops working for the company he's working for now, that's it. We are going to do full time. Hopefully that's not for a long time, but we're not moving again.
Yeah, not unless we absolutely have to. So
our neighbors are perfectly fine. The house is plenty big enough, and so yeah. Something really dramatic, really drastic would have to happen. Yeah. I think moving is definitely, it takes time off of your life expectancy.
That's for sure. One of the things I did want to reiterate is that I wanted people in the chat, if you were a veteran, to put in the branch of the service and the years you were in. So, just because, like I said, this is the last show before Independence Day that I'm doing. Maybe Saturday, I don't know. Oh wait, I'll be doing Sunday. Oh well. Anyway.
You're to share something about
what?
The last one.
Oh, okay, Julie. Yeah. Again, Julie Venerum's oldest daughter, 26 years old, has been diagnosed with stage 3 melanoma. She has 2 kids, and I think they were 7 and 2. So I want everybody to, you know, keep her in your prayers or karma or whatever good thoughts, whatever you feel up to. But try and keep her in your
thoughts and prayers.
So, all right, guys. Well, like I said, I'm not going to go very long because we're kind of under the weather here. Again, yeah, I wanted to thank all our veterans and appreciate all the services that they provided. Let's see, anything else to say?
I'm encouraging Dwayne to do some research on looking into selling on Facebook. We've been hearing a bit about it, so that's something new. If anybody has any thoughts, any stories, any experiences, and if anybody's really hot all over it, it'd be great to hear from you, because it's something I want to learn about, and it's always great to have somebody else's experience to start with.
Yeah, I don't want to make any more mistakes than I have to.
Good night, Turtle Trader.
All right, guys. I'll probably have an after show for a little bit. I wanted to thank all the veterans for their service, and appreciate all that showed up. Do the usual, like, comment, subscribe, any of that. Also check Rolling Picker out. His link to his channel's in my description. So I will talk to you later.
Night.
See ya.